the best. Said, are you ready for the best? Let's go. Yeah, I said I got this, I'm in it. I'm hella filthy, so I got this, I'm winning. I'm not a quitter, so I'm not fucking quitting. Just try to stop me and you'll drop dead missing. I'm on my way to the top now, listen. I ain't never gonna stop, too driven. I ain't never getting lost, got vision. I'ma make this shit hot, ignition. Yeah, y'all give me facts, not fiction. Then you know I fucking listen, cause I'm on a fucking mission. Man, you got to be driven, cause this world is unforgiving. You're the only one that's winning, or the only one that's quitting. So get up and stay committed, don't be asking for permission. Hit the gas after ignition and start acting like you're winning. Make your own damn decisions, don't let others make you victims. Have a thought and have a vision, don't get caught up in the millions. Yeah, I'ma make this shit hot. Oh, I'ma light the shit up. Yeah, I'ma make this shit hot. Oh, I'ma light the shit up. I got this, I'm on it. Give me 5 years and I got what I wanted. I'ma go ahead and finish all that I started. I'ma go ahead and get it all uncharted. I can make this place go off like a rocket. I can give a fuck if you hate it or you love it. I don't do this shit cause I think that you're on it. I just do this shit cause I know that I want it. I could give a fuck if I die today. If I'ma go out, it's my fucking way. At least I'll go out with some pride to my name. With the fight, not a play, that's my fucking way, ho. Y'all can sit back and think you heard the best of me. I can guarantee that you haven't seen the rest of me. I can guarantee that this shit's gonna be my destiny. And I will never sleep till I make it, then I'll rest in peace. Yeah, I'ma make this shit hot. Oh, I'ma light the shit up. Yeah, I'ma make this shit hot. Oh, I'ma light the shit up. With the best, you fucking with the facts. Yeah. I don't even know what else to say. I'm gonna let that 808 right out though. Yeah.
There we go. Unmute that. Alright. Welcome everybody for episode 2
Yeah.
of TFAC After Dark. Today we are joined with a number of guests. Unfortunately, I am the only host on today. However, we do have 3 really good guests tonight. I'll give them just a moment to introduce themselves while I unfuck their avatars. Unfortunately, the cameras are not working this week for some stupid reason, most likely my end. But yeah, so we'll begin going down the TeamSpeak list. If you can just give your name, your position, and what you do within TFAC and that sort of stuff, that would be excellent. So Tate, start us off.
Hey everyone, Lieutenant Tate, 2 platoon commander. Really excited to be on tonight and just having a chin wag with all the lads. Make sure if you have any questions for me, you chuck them through in that chat box.
Sweet.
Yeah,
Cloaker.
yeah, nice. G'day, I am Cloaker, whatever you want to call me. I'm from 123 Charlie. I used to be staff member, but I recently left that position. I was hoping that we would manage to get those cams working because I'm wearing a sick ass like some sick ass tactical gear right now, but unfortunately, you just have to see a single picture of it. I can't even English right now. Face reveal.
Yeah, I'm getting on it now. I'm fucking everything.
Oh,
It's not
anyway.
even fucking. Nah, that'll do.
Tactical as fuck.
There we go. I don't want the frame. Fuck off frame. All right. Yeah. So, Matt, you wanna introduce yourself?
I'm PTEP MatLord from 11 Charlie.
Cool. All right. All right. So now I've kind of unfucked most of it. I say most of it, but I probably actually haven't. All right. So yeah. So while I continue to do this, we've got a range of topics to discuss tonight that the J5 team and some of the additional manpower around TFAC have so graciously helped us out. Um, so yeah, with that being said, we're going to go on to a TFAC's top story, and that is going to be broken up into 2 separate segments, being the end of the Jackdaw campaign and the new Unknown campaign that Rusty's put together for us. So, with that being said, with the Jackdaw campaign, what are our thoughts on the entirety of the campaign as a whole, and especially that last few missions? So, again, Tate, take us out.
Yeah, unfortunately I missed a large chunk of that campaign due to outside requirements. But for what I was there, it was really trying to remember back now. It's been like what, nearly 2 or 3 weeks,
Yeah, we're up
like that.
to mission
Yeah.
3 for your campaign.
Yeah, okay. So it's been a while ago. I do remember that last mission where 2 platoon had a bit of a mishap with the convoy movements. But always getting the job done as always. I cracked on, ended up having a really awesome final clearance of the airfield. That's about all I can remember.
Yep. Cloaker?
So, it felt like pretty decent op, I guess. Like the whole entire operation was, I think, was a pretty cool concept. Killing African children in Algeria. Was it Algeria? I don't know. But um, I don't really know what to say. It was decent op. Did suffer from some lag issues, but overall, yeah.
Yep. Matt?
What was that last campaign was good, pretty much.
Yeah, definitely.
I
So,
think.
yeah, so my thoughts on the entire Jackdaw campaign was certainly some mixed feelings. I definitely see where Blitz got a lot of his inspiration from. With one of the movies, for example, is Siege of Jedatville, where First Platoon actually did a siege in Jedatville, which that mission probably stands out the most for me. We had a couple birds go down. We weren't able to land the DLZ that we wanted to. Um, and so on and so forth. But definitely was an interesting campaign. Now, with that being said, now with Rusty's campaign of Operation Unknown, what are our thoughts for that? So we're going to go back up. So instead of Tate, Matt, you want to lead us out with that one?
Actually enjoying the campaign. Really. So, yeah.
Cool. Cloaker?
I'm sorry, I had to take off my headphones. So what are we talking about again?
The new campaign. What do we think?
Oh, the new campaign. Yes. Definitely a mixed bag of emotions for me because in one hand, you've got like the fact that we're pretty much playing a new side and it's really cool. But on the other hand, the US are really, really tough and take a lot of hits and screw those Abrams. I swear to God, those Abrams are just hell.
Yeah, definitely. Tate?
Yeah.
Yeah, very similar. Mixed emotions. You either love your moments or you hate them. Remember being stuck in a position, in a defensive position with my platoon in the very first mission, trying to coordinate what was going on to only just get wiped out by an Abrams. So that's always fun. But there's nothing more challenging than that, and that's what really makes our best members shine. So
Yeah. I'm definitely on the same boat with Cloaker. Is very mixed emotions with this campaign. Um, I'm generally not really one for this style, like not so much this style of gameplay because we're essentially operating the same as we normally would, which is we're wearing a different skin. But like even dressing as them is a little bit of a sort of tightrope for me, because of previous experience with that. But making do with what we have and all that sort of stuff does provide. It's essentially like a different gameplay to what we're normally used to. I mean, we're normally used to going up against the surgeons, going against a different style of force, not a conventional fighting force being the US. So that side of things is actually quite interesting. I think it as well with going against that harder enemy, it's allowing us to essentially be able to better think about fighting a conventional enemy, instead of the insurgent style tactics and insurgent style weaponry. We know we're actually fighting a well equipped, well trained military. You know, they have the assets, they have the equipment, they have the manpower. Um, it definitely provides, especially for like myself and probably you as well, Tate, is it provides for a lot of different gameplay. Definitely, it has been a hot topic with the controversy around it. You know, people thinking that we're acting as terrorists or acting as a extremist or style group. It's definitely sparked a lot of craziness in that sort of sense as well, and a lot of mixed feelings. Like a lot of people either love or hate what we're doing right now, and it's a pretty interesting concept of all that sort of fun stuff as well. So
I think
yeah,
you'd agree, Spartan. Normally, as platoon commanders, when we're writing up orders, we have a set sort of heap of TTPs that we always work through, and then coming into that very first mission, you realize that oh shit's hit the fan. We can't use these anymore. So you really have to sometimes you just have to bear with us as the commanders, and I'm sure your section commanders would say the same thing, that our normal decisions that we normally would make or our normal drills just don't work the same. So
yeah,
good
definitely.
brain exercise.
Yeah, it's definitely is like, and as well, not just for us. It's also for the secos. Um, Now they're gonna have to adopt our way of thinking, of how we think and how we see the image. So that definitely does provide a different perspective, and that kind of leads on to another thing that I'm trying to set up company wide, but specifically for First Platoon is possibly like more air mobile, if not like an air cavalry, for First Platoon. They kind of like essentially not make it dedicated for only one platoon, but like to essentially have the training and have the documentation there for say for one campaign, first platoon focus on air mobile and air cavalry, whereas your platoon Tate will focus on motorized or mechanized sort of style, and will alternate
Stay on the
throughout
ground
the
where I
different
like.
styles. So that's what, at least with because Rufy came to Rusty with the idea, and it's been certainly cool to have that style stuff as well. But yeah, all right. So moving on to the next topic is I think that this kind of ties into a top story as well. Is what's been going on in the internet is a big thing lately has been two things: behavior and suicide awareness, which has been a huge thing, especially over the past 2 weeks. Um, whereas we've had a few people pass that were close to a few members and that sort of stuff, or very close, and pretty much the entire community has reached out to one another to essentially help out. Um, I guess what do we think about all that? Is it good? Is it bad? Is there any more insight that you guys think of that might help or anything like that? So we'll start with Mr. Cloaker.
I mean, considering that this is a really touchy topic with like suicide and all that, um, I'm not really the best person to be talking about this. Well, actually, I'm kind of am the best person because I myself have gone through quite a bit of shit. Oh, there we go. We just gotta can review people. Never mind. Let's get back on topic. So yeah, I've been dealing with a lot of shit myself. So technically, I'm pretty experienced with suicide. I mean, I've never attempted, but I've always had that feeling to attempt it. So this is just kind of like a first-hand account of like how it feels to be suicidal, basically. But I mean, I say the best thing is to try and keep your life intact because what's going to happen when you die? Most likely nothing. So it's best to live your life to the fullest. Well, that's my belief anyway.
Yep. Yeah, definitely. So, um, obviously we've all had some instance or another is times where it's been absolutely fucked, for lack of a better word. Whether it be someone passing, yourself going down a deep hole, or anything of the like. So there's another topic I would like to touch into this once everybody else has their spiel, and we'll kind of go from that. So Tate.
Yeah, obviously, we've probably all in some way or another been touched by suicide in our lives. As they say, often it's a permanent solution to a temporary problem. You can always, whether, especially within the community, we have our chaplains, we have just your mates in general. I know coming into this unit, I made so many mates, and I'm sure you guys could say the same thing. So yeah, just know that we're a community that helps each other out, and reach out if you need help. Just remember you're not alone. As Cloaker said, there's a lot of people in this community that are probably through something similar. If like I know that every situation is unique, individual, but you'll find that people have been through similar things, and sometimes the best thing you can do is talk to someone. Like for myself, if I'm in trouble, probably the best thing I could do is talk to some old geese that I've never met before in New Zealand, being conk, the chaplain. But you have these guys here that you can just reach out to that will have no judgment on, help you out as much as they can. So
Yeah, definitely. Matt, what do you think?
It's already been said, really. That's reach out, talk to people and stuff, pretty much.
Yeah, definitely. Um, Yeah, so with that being said, Tate, you kind of touched on it. We all know about it, but and Angel kind of helped out with a thing as well. Um, to reach out, to talk to the chaplain service. I've been very lucky to have the honor to work alongside Conk and Stig and being a chaplain. But it doesn't have to be a chaplain. It can be your section staff. It can be just your general mates around the unit. Um, and with what Angel said is men take up 74% of all suicides. That also revolves around the whole social stigma um, of men having to suck it up. We've all kind of heard that sort of situation where you're a man, you have to suck it up, which is not the case. It, you have just as much as feelings as anybody else, regardless of their gender or orientation or anything like that. You you are able and you can and you're more than able to speak out to somebody else, even if they're hundreds of kilometers, if not thousands of kilometers away from you. As long as you reach out to somebody and have that sort of outlet. There's how many of us here now? 140 amongst the unit. You know, you have somebody, and there's people, regardless of whether or not they've met you in real life, they're your mate. And as I said, um, at the end of last week or actually was it the end of last week or something? I said it either at the end of last week or in the weekly was I've buried too many mates and I don't want to bury any more. So reach out to people. And if you don't want to reach out to somebody here, there's so many hotlines um, that you can contact 24-hour and tailored specifically for either men or young adults or whatever it may be. It's all there. So, and if you can't find it, fucking come to one of us and we'll find it for you. So there's all of that. So definitely, yeah, bit of a heartfelt sort of topic to cover. Definitely a touchy one, as Tate said and as Cloaker said, or as we've all said, we all know somebody. We all know somebody that has, unfortunately, paid the ultimate price and taken their own life. So I mean, hell, I've lost many friends. So please, for the love of God, reach out to somebody. All right, so now on to a little bit of a lighter subject. We were going to announce, or either announce or at least show off or talk about Xylo's news. And we were going to announce another sort of project that J5 are working on, but unfortunately we aren't able to do that tonight. Hopefully it'll be around, at least in the weekly, and announced next week when they're completed. So there's that, but definitely do keep an eye out for that. All right, so let's kind of move on to the next thing. Is like, what do we think of the new mods and uniforms? Can somebody jump out? Okay, who?
Yep, you
New
go, man.
mods and new mods and uniforms. Definitely a change. I'm really liking the weapons. As much as it was a bit of an issue back in the day, I think now that we have 2x scopes back, everyone's super happy and excited about that. I think that's been a recent thing. I come back and it was there, so I assume it's pretty recent anyway. Uniforms. Yeah, I can see how people have sort of been confused with PIDing because we're so used to shooting what we're wearing. But yeah, it's just going to be extra. Take that extra second to think about what you're about to shoot, and then think about, will this cause any? No, the word. Think about just the intent, and will this cause that to go down the drain essentially? Yeah, that's all I got.
Yep. Cloaker, you had something?
I mean, with the current customization, I say some of the aspects are really good. For example, I really do like the new guns. At the moment, I'm using the XM8, which is, well, a gun that both many people know and not many people know. It's probably like one of the most unique looking guns that ever existed, which is probably why I chose it. But previously, that gun wasn't even in the list, and probably with with most mods, they would even consider it as a possible choice. So I like that feature, but like Tate was saying before, the chances of not PIDing your targets and friendly fire incident. Jeez, my tongue is not with me today. But the like friendly fire incidents happening do increase when people don't know what the hell is going on. So yeah, that's kind of my point.
Yep, definitely. Matt, you got anything?
Not really.
No? Okay. No worries. Yeah, so...
Actually, I could just remember something now. One thing I don't like about the new Arsenal is really the customization for hats and face wear, because it's not as customizable as it was before with the previous mods. But that's just a minor gripe I have.
Yeah. Well,
I don't know about you
this
guys,
is a podcast. You can gripe about stuff here. Obviously,
Yeah,
to a
fair
certain
enough.
extent, but you can gripe about shit. Yeah, definitely. I definitely do agree with you on that part with the whole customizational sort of side of things. If anything, I've probably gone the most away from the generic Middle Eastern terrorist or Middle Eastern insurgent. Sorry. Fucking AZO is probably watching me right now, going, "What is he talking about?" But definitely a few extra either uniforms or at least headwear would be quite nice to utilize as well. Fuck, I even saw a few people run around with a tinfoil hat last week.
Me.
Interesting to wear. Interesting concept because it
I
doesn't
did
fucking
too.
protect you.
No.
If anything, it sticks out like a sore thumb. But anyway, I mean, it's up to
Protects you
people's
from the
choices.
brainwaves.
I mean, it's easy to PID a target if they have a massive tinfoil hat. So
Yeah, you'd be
Yeah.
like, that person's a dickhead. Shoot him. But yeah, definitely. And just like overall, like, what do we think of the new mods itself? Like, aside from the weapon mods, like, I mean, I saw like the old SUVs that like date back to like the Armor 2 DayZ days, like the black
Yeah,
SUV. I saw that, and you can have the minigun and it actually comes up
like
and
the PMC.
yeah, it full on pivots in and
Yeah,
out when you turn
DLC.
in and
Yeah.
out, which is fucking sexy.
Mhm.
And then you have, I think it was a Puma, one of the new helicopters that we have, which was awesome to fucking see as well, that we're getting a bit more variety.
honestly, for a minute there, I thought you were talking about Puma, like the Pumas from like World War II. I was gonna say, whoa, that's gonna be sick.
I mean,
No.
we'll go into liberation in a minute. We'll go on to like the liberation talk in a minute. But fuck yeah, I'm pretty sure there's a like, Puma helo on there as well. So yeah.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, I enjoyed some of the things, and definitely it's a love hate relationship with this mod set with me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But all in all, like, I don't know about the rest of you and everybody in chat. If anything, the new mods have stabilized a lot of the server issues that we're having. We're getting little to no chain lag. We're getting no crashes. I don't think I've fucking touched wood.
Yeah, I've noticed that.
There's been no server crashes that's happened, which is actually really good to see, because remember, it got to the norm where server will crash, like, oh, well, wouldn't be a TFAC off if it didn't happen. But the fact that we're
And
not
jumping
getting
back up
that
to those
anymore.
numbers too. Jumping
Yeah.
back up to those real high numbers of clients on the server at the time. And it's taken it well, but awesome to see.
Yeah,
There's a
definitely.
lot of improvements since the last mod set
Yeah,
we
definitely.
had.
I think what was the count for last week's op? 86?
It was above 80, definitely above
Yeah.
80.
Pretty
Yeah.
sure, like, when I came in, because I didn't come in till the end. I think came in about 5 minutes after you did, Tate. I think it was about 86 people that were on. So
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty fucking good, all
Massive
around
shout
it.
out to the sergeants too for the
Yeah, there was the sergeants that were running the show that night.
yeah.
That was interesting. I remember
What the?
I was
Driving back from Sydney and jumped straight in.
yeah.
turn the computer on, jump straight on. I'm like, what have I missed?
Yeah, pretty much. Like I remember, because I was on Rusty's stream, and I said to Rusty, he said, "Oh yeah, I'm on my way home because I was out drinking with my boss." And I come back, and all I hear, I say, "All right, getting on now." And Rusty tells Henzer, and Henzer's like, "Ah," that's out a sigh of relief. Going, "Fucks, thank Christ, Fon's back." So I mean, that was quite cool to. I think also the first radio call that I had was one of my secos was like, "Oh, I love the sound of the voice." I'm like, "Fuck, didn't even take me to dinner first." Yeah, it was good fun.
Definitely think we're really lucky
can I
that we
just,
can do that
oh.
and get that we can leave the op in the
Relative capable.
capable hands. Yeah, capable hands.
I'm gonna go relative just to be a cunt.
Yeah. Yeah. We've gone way off topic, haven't we?
I mean,
I
wanna
yes
say
and
one
no.
last thing before
I mean,
go
we
off
kind of
topic,
stayed
before
on
we get
that,
back on
but
topic.
yeah. Anyway.
Can I just say something?
Yeah?
Bros, what the hell are you talking about dragon dildos for? I think we might need some context, please.
I don't know. Oh, he's RPG. Right.
Oh, yeah, the
Okay.
RPGs, that's right. They are so massive.
yeah.
It's literally like a dildo on a stick. That's what it is.
I mean, it would help if Brosh could actually hit the BMP that I asked him to shoot at, but he got it up. He got it at the fourth shot.
We had a thing where in Charlie, we had a member miss an Abrams at point blank range. I'm not going to name names, but he knows who he is.
I mean, if you saw the clip that I put in media on Sunday of Rusty's aim, holy fuck, that man is going back to the range. He missed like, so say for example, there was like 30 rounds in a mag. He missed about 20 rounds.
Can we get it up on the stream, or is it?
I can actually, yeah. So well,
Let's show the people back home.
yeah. All right. So let me fucking find the bastard thing first.
I think my other favorite clip from last week was the ones where Evans got yoked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. That was...
Rusty needs to go back to the range. That's the one.
Yep. Fucking. I need to
Give the
find
link.
the bastard.
Do you want me to send you
There
the
we
link?
go. Yeah, I got it now.
Wait.
All right. Fucking. Yeah. Come on.
He flew near the.
Oh,
Wow.
is that?
He
I
did.
know what video you're talking about now. Yeah.
Alrighty. So I'm just gonna switch the scenes over to that clip, so everybody on the stream can have a sticky beak as well. So we're back.
For Bucker's Lane, but there is a small amount of room. Right.
Here we
Robert's
go.
array, making contact with the
How the fuck am I missing all this shots? Shocking.
You got a section times moving up on your west.
Back up the hill.
Man, you know things are bad when you're not even they're not even dying from the bullets; they're dying from the explosions.
At least their range was their accuracy was pretty shite as well.
Yeah. It was certainly interesting, and I mean, do we want to watch the video of Evans being yeeted?
Yeah, let's bring that up.
Yeah, bring it up.
Yeah, I love that one.
Alright. Come on, video, you can do it. Alright, there we go.
Yeah, half an hour.
Go into a different building.
This is a green. Get Evans to have a look at it.
Open the garage.
We got a bit of commentary.
Robert's down, coming down.
Not much besides Evans. Just whacked.
Down, ceasefire.
We lost one.
Oh, there he goes.
Got launched into space and we're about 2
Oh,
kilometers away.
the time delay too. It's probably weird
Yeah,
on the actual
it's
stream
delayed,
itself,
yeah.
but like,
I
Yeah.
just love
we-
at
Couldn't
the end
provide
there.
commentary.
Yeah, I just love at the end
Well,
there
welcome to-
where Evans was like, "Oh yeah, I've just been launched into space." That was probably the best part. Like watching him just get fucking ragdolled was great, but the fact that he
Yeah.
survived, it was like,
500
"Oh yeah,
meters.
no, it's just Evans getting yeeted."
Wait,
He
did he
probably got
actually
the power
survive
of
that?
God.
Yeah, you could hear him at the end of the
Power of
clip.
God to help him.
Oh,
That was fucking
That's-
excellent. I fucking
From
loved it.
that, yeah.
anyway, back on topic.
Yeah.
Yeah, what were we talking about again?
Anyway,
What were we-
oh well, I mean it's a podcast. We're supposed to
Yeah.
have fun and discuss. That's fine.
Yeah.
I mean, so yeah. Anyway, I mean, if there's any more clips that people want us to watch and kind of commentate on, just wait until Cool Kids mode, which is the last 15-20 minutes of the stream, which I'll let you know when that occurs. And you can post it either in media or in chat here, and we'll give it a watch. That sort of fun stuff as well. Alright, so just moving on to the next topic, and again, kind of up and down and a hot topic and sort of stuff. But mission behavior. Overall, there has been a good increase of mission behavior. Like people have been getting better. They kind of got now the holiday mentality now, which is good to see. Better late than never, but they're getting out of it. But also, what do we think in regards to midweekers with the behavior of midweekers? Do we agree that mission behavior should be held to like op standard, or at least to a certain standard, or just completely fall into the whole debauchery? So we'll get Matt. You can start it off with this one, and tell us what you think.
Since like sort of Sunday op standards a bit more.
Yeah.
I've seen people do stupid stuff doing weekly ops.
Yeah,
So-
definitely. It's certainly interesting to say the least. Of just like trying to put yourself in their shoes and going, why the fuck did you do that? So yeah, Tate, what
I
do you think?
do that.
Say again?
What do you
Yeah.
think?
I
mine's
do
too.
that myself. Put in their system, my system, why they doing this stupid crap.
Yeah, definitely. And fucking Tate in the wind tunnel trying to fix his shit.
Yeah, look, from a former J2 perspective, it's really depends on the mission you're making, and it does need to be.
Fucking hell, your
it's
mic
full
is
series.
horrendous.
Is it?
It keeps popping.
What's wrong with it? Oh, okay. Maybe I'll stop leaning on my cord. That might help. Is that better?
That's better.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, it's yeah. When you have your Wednesday ops, sometimes you just want to have a bit of fun, and sometimes that's the intent of the mission maker. Like I remember when Thomas did that. What was it? Some mission ages ago, and we were just can't remember now. But yeah, the design of that one was to have fun. While there's other ones as well that we come into, and the design of it is to be like a Sunday mission. So if it's outlined, or just use your common sense, if it's one that looks like it's made to have fun, then enjoy yourself by all means. But I mean, Wednesday ones, the serious ones, it can just be insulting to the mission maker and also these guys who are trying to use Wednesday missions as a chance to prove their leadership and develop their leadership. So just keep that in mind. Like, you want to go have fun, organize a time on the Liberation server, or speak to J2 about making a mission.
Yeah, definitely. Cloaker, what do you think?
So this whole debacle about Wednesday ops being crazy, oh man, I was in the forefront of it all. Because, well, the main operation where this whole stigma about the whole bad operation standards in midweek ops, that was during a period when I was actually leading a platoon. So yeah, I'll tell you straight off the bat, I said, because of the mission that we was on, we were in the deserts as US Marines. I say the first half of the operation was decent. Like, we managed to do our operations. It was very unorganized because, well, I'm new, and you can probably tell from now that I've set down for the role. So, but anyways, the second half of the operation was pretty much an absolute mess. There was no structure because people just decided to yeet off in vehicles and get themselves killed by running into goddamn patrols. I was one of the people that died early, so pretty much that meant the whole chain of command was broken. So I believe that when shit does hit the fan, it does hit hard. So that's what I'm getting from these operations. Like, it's really good to have like fun with these operations. Like myself, I usually chuck out the soundboard a few times, do a few clown horns, but when you do it too much, it gets really annoying for both leadership and for other members who are just wanting to have a good operation. So that's my aim. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I see all 3 points of view. Because being a J2 member, especially me, I've actually been told to tone down with the way that I develop my missions because I put a lot of detail in mine, and with it all, it's definitely mission based. If the mission maker says you can muck around a little bit more and have a bit more fun, sure, go for it. But if anything, if the mission maker doesn't specify that, a level of maturity should still need to be maintained, and to be able to have the chain of command there and listen to it effectively, regardless of who's in the position, whether it be a private, PTP, a lieutenant, a captain, whoever it may be, as long as that chain of command is still established and respected, I think that is what's needed. Definitely the midweekers are a little bit more laxed again, but it does determine on the mission maker and what the mission maker wants. If the mission maker wants you to be more laxed, he'll tell you. If he says it's a bit more of a fun up, he'll tell you. If it's a bit of both, he'll tell you. But either way, you need to respect the mission maker and that sort of stuff as well, and just do the job that you're supposed to do. So yeah, I mean that's my 2 cents on it all.
Just chucking one more thing. Look, when I first decided that I wanted to make a mission, I messaged the guys in J4. I don't think J2 was really a thing at the time, and I said, look, I really want to do this mission. I've like dropped these things, and then J4 was just like, yeah, it's a lot more complicated than that. And I'm like, yeah, right. So just keep in mind how difficult making these missions can actually be, and how much time they can actually take up. And for the whole time they're making it, they just got in the back of the mind how good this mission's going to end up being when it finally gets played. So, and if you go and fuck that for them, then that's on you.
Yeah, and one of the situations, sorry for chucking this person out there, but that situation happened with Wolfleg. Wolfleg put in a lot of time and effort in his mission on Fallujah, I think it was, and people didn't take it seriously, and it ruined the experience for him. And it's just lost his drive to make more missions like that. So definitely, it does affect people. So just take that into consideration. So hopefully, with sort of chat with the podcast and with Thomas's messages and that sort of stuff, people are starting to realize and to go, okay, it's determined on the mission maker how much fun, whether it be laxed or just fucking invaded and annexed it, sort of situation. But then that kind of stems on to liberation. Liberation doesn't take a big, as Evan says, big dick swinger to be on. Anyone can get on, regardless of your rank or position. You can get on and play. We obviously try and stick it to phases and that sort of stuff along the map. But that one's a little bit more lax, and you can go off and do your own thing if you want to. Definitely does prefer to be a team player if there's multiple people on. But if you want to go off and do lone wolf stuff, that's also up to you as well. But that's where you can go full fucking Rambo if you want to do that on the Liberation server. Jesus, people are following. Thank you. But I don't know. What do we think of the new Liberation? Personally, I fucking love it. I mean, I love how it's harder. I love that we don't have the modern equipment that we have. And I'm a sucker for World War II stuff, so I just absolutely love it. So, Cloaker, what do you think?
To be honest, I've always wanted to get on the Liberation server, but I never really got a chance to. because I've just been pretty busy with real life stuff. But hopefully, if we can get more people onto the Liberation server, then I could probably get onto and we'll probably have a mad time on it.
Yeah, definitely. As Rob said, it's a shit show in the dark when you can't see. Definitely. Um, that's why you use flares. Um, so there was that. And definitely with the whole, lost territory while people weren't on. That has been fixed. I was on the other day, and um, territory was only taken when somebody was on. Specifically when Razor Jackson and I were on. We left two areas that were being attacked that did get taken over by the time we did log off, and when we logged back on the next day, nothing additional was retaken or anything like that. So at least that has been fixed, and is like I will say it is definitely harder, and you will die, a lot. I mean, one objective took me, I think it was about an hour and a half, and I died like 5 times taking the objective. That's why you got to utilize the mobile respawn, and that's why another big thing is supplies. A lot of people forget the supplies on Liberation, and it just goes out the window half the time. So definitely, I think that. So yeah, anyone else have anything they'd like to add to it?
Yeah, Liberation
Oh,
is always been super fun. I remember last year playing so much of it when you get just a good group of people together. It doesn't matter if you even know them or not. You'll get to know people in the units so much quicker if you play Liberation than just showing up to Sundays. You just put a message in the chat and say who wants to jump on Lib. Jump on with someone you've never known before or never spoken to before, and just have a good time. I remember being on there and just playing for hours and hours until it was probably bit too late to be playing, but it just sucks you in. It's really good fun. I'm hoping to get. I had to update my mods. So I was wanting to play the other night, but I hadn't changed the mods yet, so that's all sorted. I'm hoping to get on sometime this weekend because long weekend
Oh yeah, that's right.
for some of us.
Yeah, for some of us, I think it was a Canberra Day on Monday. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And like you can do multiple aspects of it. At the moment, we can't do aircraft because we haven't got the resources and the airfield or the space to do it. Um, Especially the resources. Um, but you can do tanking, you can do mechanized, you can do motorized, you can do artillery, you can do you know um, anything. You can just be standard stock infantry, and you can be different types of infantry. You can be paratroopers, you can be snipers, AT, MMG, just the whole shebang, which is actually really cool. And you have so many fucking uniforms to choose from. I saw, I think it was Pipsqueak. I think he's rocking an Australian sort of slouch hat and Australian style stuff. Um, I'm rocking like an 101st Airborne look, and and other people are sort of chopping and changing between it all. And it does kind of add a little bit of confusion, but it's really cool to see the variety of what people are wanting to portray. So yeah, anyone have anything else to add on the whole liberation thing?
I have a thing to add. I noticed. Well, I can't really speak because I haven't played Liberation, but I noticed in a few people that they're saying that when the captured territory was like lost, it kind of killed a few. But personally, I think that's kind of I think it's actually kind of a good thing. That means the server can go much more longer, and you can actually do the things that you want to do. Because that means more liberation, I guess.
Yeah, definitely.
It's kind of part of the main core, yeah.
Yeah, and this liberation map or this situation has actually lasted. I don't know how much longer, but a lot longer than most liberations that we do. Um, I granted that it's not a lot of people's cup of tea, but it's definitely lasted a lot longer because it is harder to effectively do. And we know we don't have helicopters to bounce between objectives. We have ground vehicles. They do take longer to get, and some of these ground vehicles, especially the mobile respawn, is very fucking slow. So there's that too. But
Well,
who's keen for once either everybody gets sick of it, or we complete it finally. Are we all looking forward to the flip side of it and playing as the Germans?
Aren't we
Can we-
playing the Germans?
We're currently playing as the Allies. Next one's the Germans.
Can we just flip it already?
Right.
I mean, you can
No,
shoot a
we
crowd
find
and
it,
pick up his
um,
weapons and go from there, but
I
I
mean,
don't
I
know,
really
mate.
want to drive that Puma we've been talking about before, so...
I mean, I've been stealing a lot of German vehicles that are actually at the FOB, so I don't know if they're still there, but they are there. Well, they were there. So I think I got 2 flak
Oh, yeah.
guns, a couple half tracks, armored vehicles, and like 3. What were the tanks? Panthers? I think it was a Panther. And I got one like Stug
Panzer.
as well. I got
And so forth.
I got 2 or 3 Panthers, 1 Panzer, and 1 Stug that I
you gotta be more
disabled.
specific when you're talking about Panzers. There's many of them.
I
You
don't
gotta be
fucking know.
specific,
I just
man.
it's that chassis. That's what it is. So fuck you. But there are, as Brosh and Rob are saying, there are like King Tigers and Tigers and a whole bunch of other shit. I mean, I love when you're assaulting an objective and the paratroopers come over and they drop on you, which is fucking sick. Commit war crimes where we're doing it because we shoot at them, but
Yeah.
we're playing in World War II, so technically the Geneva Convention was a proper thing then.
Contrary
it
to
was a
popular
thing,
belief,
but it was never enforced.
contrary to popular belief, if they are a combatant paratrooper parachuting down, they can be shot. It's only when it's a pilot.
Okay.
So
Well, there
just
you go.
to correct that.
Well, there we go.
Only if
Alright.
it's a pilot, they can't be shot.
Okay. Cool. But yeah, I'm definitely keen for whoever decides to. Hopefully, somebody watching or somebody in here or something like that would like to take it on board and create a Vietnam liberation.
Ooh, I would play that.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
It
I
would be
would,
cool.
I would honestly like a Vietnam like midweek op or something like that. That would be sick.
Yeah. I mean, we do have the unsung mod. I could whip up
Yeah,
something.
maybe.
If I were to whip up something, it would be very much We Were Soldiers. But that's beside the point.
Me and Matthew were trying to do the Apocalypse Now air cavalry scene. But we just didn't end up having time to do it, but we were so keen to get that out.
Yeah. I mean, it could still be a thing. It's just gotta have the time to sit down and do it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But no, I'm definitely keen for that. I mean,
This is when pretty much every mission slot was booked out.
oh
for
yeah,
2
yeah,
months,
back
so-
at the end of last year when we just were
Yeah.
pumping them out.
Yeah.
Yeah. And right now we haven't had a midweek for what, 3 weeks?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
4
interesting.
weeks.
What's going on with that? Like, why are they missing? Was the first day off really that? Like, did it just scare everyone off? That
No, so
operation?
there was like a misinterpretation of the information provided. So a lot of us were thinking that we weren't able to do midweekers every week. We are. It's just we would like to do them fortnightly. So then, if we were to do them like campaigns, essentially J2 want to focus on campaigns. That's what overarching what Mars and CHQ and J4 want J2 to do. So we're focusing on the campaigns. We're able to polish them and at least like backlog them as well. We're able to backlog them so we have missions at least planned well before the time instead of just trying to scrape the barrel with it. Obviously, it's a little bit hard with the campaign style stuff where you're trying to develop a story. You have to wait for that week to see what we do to then progress the story, which is it's kind of difficult to do, but you can at least get a solid like story down pat and that sort of stuff with it as well. So we can do it every week if we want to, but preferably it's every fortnight, and again, preferably campaigns over midweekers. I'm actually contemplating of turning my Barbarossa midweek campaign into a proper campaign, so for a Sunday. So
That would be interesting.
yeah, and before everybody just spams amphibious landings. So there's that as well. It's just as well with being the start of the year, everybody's either going back to school or back to work or anything like that. It's just a matter of trying to wait for everything to kind of simmer down and settle down so we can actually plan out a bit more. Because right now, work and uni for me is mental, so it's kind of hard. So at least when everything settles down, probably by this month we'll be able to put down a bit more time or even bring on some more people in J2. We can never go wrong with missions. So definitely use the mission suggestion and discussion chats to put forward your ideas. I mean, I had Chocky give me an idea which is actually pretty fucking solid the other day, so definitely use that. But yeah, anyway, kind of moving on to the next topic. I'm not going to go through the company orders because you all should read that on your own time. I mean, do we want to go through the COI orders?
I mean, they can pretty much do it themselves.
They can do it
There's
themselves,
really-
yes.
Yeah.
I do it.
Go through the situation.
Yeah, we can go through the situation at the very least. Do we want to
Yeah,
do that?
something like
Chat,
that.
chat. Do we want to do that? Wait for chat to respond if they want to or not.
Bro, just because you don't do it doesn't mean everyone else doesn't.
Yeah, right.
I mean, let's just do it anyway, I guess. Just
Yeah.
the situation.
Alright, let me get it up. Operations, operation unknown.
While we're here, does everyone want to do 2 platoon orders for me?
No,
I'll pass.
I'll pass.
I said that for command.
Alrighty, so here's Operation Unknown 3. Situation at a very successful hit on the US roadblocks and FOBs over a week ago. US forces have begun to retreat further into the east, seemingly trapping themselves in a town of, I'm not going to even bother about pronouncing that, Korkash. Yeah, I fucking did anyway. Cool. Sounds like a type of weed. Anyway, we suspect this to a regroup in preparation for a pushback through the area towards Fort Victor. Last week, this area appeared to be heavily guarded with M1 Abrams, seemingly blocking us to proceed into the area. As well as this, a TFAC have successfully uncovered and uprooted one of the potentially many insurgent positions in the south. We've also discovered intel that is mentioning a place known as Death Valley to the locals that has established as an insurgent stronghold containing supplies and explosives. Our contractor has put a priority on removing this insurgent stronghold from Death Valley. Last week, AusCorp came into contact with the new freedom fighters during 1-2's final objective. As well as this, AusCorp has managed to intercept some US radio communications from one of the fallen Marines. Apparently there's a meeting within the city of that city soon with an unknown contact who apparently has some information. CHQ has begun an investigation into this and will keep us informed as any progress is made. So, got a feeling I'm going to get fucking railed because 1-2 golf has been assigned to me and we're going to be pushing into Abrams. But yeah, that sounds interesting. They're definitely taking this a little bit, as we stated at the start of the whole start of the podcast, is this campaign being very different. So yeah, what do we think?
I quite like the sound of it. One thing I need to mention, when you said Roblox, I thought for a minute there, I thought you said Roblox, like in the shit game.
The kids game, yeah.
Yeah, the kids game, yeah. But I like the sound of it. Can I just ask, who did the whole insurgent freedom fighter group that 1-2 saw in the last operation?
Fucked if I know. I'm on 1-2.
I just want to congratulate those people because what I saw was absolutely amazing. Like, it was probably one of the best things I ever saw in ArmA. Just a group of men, really powerful men, just coming in and just and then seeing them like all die, it's like, oh, it really did touch my cold heart.
I mean, one thing that
And
was
someone
fucking...
having a few issues with their mic.
Yeah, Tate's fucking leaning on his cord again.
And
Tate.
I don't think now is a good time to be raping the mic.
Yeah, there we go. Anyway, yeah, it's definitely a good idea, but like, there was that good thing about 1-2's perspective, but for 1-1's perspective, that Villa assault that we did, oh my boy. I'll play the clip of the airstrike that we called in, but man, it was one of the best things that I've seen in a long time. Just for context for people is, and again I'll play the clip in a little bit. We essentially situated the entire platoon on kind of like a firing line on various positions, tailoring each MAT and AT gunner to hit a certain vehicle, and the airstrike to nail another vehicle, while the MMG gunners and LMG gunners just unleash, and the entire platoon then assaults. It was amazing to actually to witness, and to call that in was fucking sexy as well. We kind of were waiting there for a little bit because we had to double check with a few things with the castle order, but all in all it was fucking sexy. And again, I'll get the clip up in a moment, so there's that. But yeah, anyway, so we'll jump on to the next topic before we open up to Cool Kids Only mode. So yeah, almost as good as OG 1 plat using all the HE rounds for 1 Vic. I mean, if you hit it the first time, bro, you wouldn't have to fire all the rounds.
OG 1 plat is in when we only had 1 platoon. The whole...
That is definitely... That's a mood that I would never know.
Yeah, same.
Yep. That time was certainly interesting, and that's when OG Charlie Tribe was a thing. I mean, during that time, for an entire operation, Charlie, we all spoke as cavemen. They were like the
Is that where it
sun
comes
grub.
from?
Yeah, that's where it came from. I mean, I'll put in the video of where we got the idea from in other media later, but fuck, it was funny. I remember going through the entire objective. I think I got to like objective 2 or something like that, and I had Tricky calling me over the radio or something like that. And then because we were spending the entire operation talking like that, and I was so close to slipping of talking like a caveman over like platoon net, and I just look at Chocky, even though Chocky would actually encourage it, but just his facial expression with his character was like, don't you fucking do it over 60 or 6-1. But I was so close to slipping. But even though Chocky would have actually encouraged me doing that over 6-1, and I told Tricky later, and Tricky's like, oh boy, if you did that, it would fucking read me. You know, it was definitely a good op, and that's where the whole Charlie Tribe thing came into being. It was certainly interesting, to say the least, of how that monster developed. So yeah, all right. Excuse me. All right, so we've got other sort of topics now, kind of like gaming news or out of TFAC related news. And that was, I mean, out of you 4 here or you 3 here, who here likes Star Wars and has watched the new Clone Wars series?
No
Nope.
I
spoilers,
love Star
please.
Wars,
No
but I haven't
spoilers. I've
watched
only
the
seen
new
the first
series.
episode.
I don't care. Don't watch it, so don't like that series.
MatLord, you just pissed off 100 people.
Well, I was going to talk about the
And-
2 episodes, but if you guys haven't seen it, there's no point.
I mean, I've seen the first one, but not the second.
Yeah, I mean, I'll say it's I'm liking it. I'm liking it a lot. But anyway, since you guys haven't fucking seen it, and
I'm a busy man, okay?
it's 20 minutes an episode.
Yeah, and...
I don't
Fucking
have Disney
give up your
Plus,
wank
okay?
for one
I
night
don't
and you'll be
have
fine.
money.
Give up your wank for
No, I
one
need-
night and you'll be fine.
Need at least an hour for that.
Yeah, you wish, jellyfish. Anyway, So since we can't talk
Moving
about
on.
that, fucking you cunts don't even play it as well. Oh, Matt, you do. The new Division 2 like spiel that everyone's on about now.
Oh yes, that's
Yeah. Tate and
I haven't-
Cloaker, have you looked at all into the whole Division stuff?
Me,
Not really.
I haven't, but
How they
I
guess
played
coronavirus.
I played the open beta. So.
Yeah?
Someone mentioned coronavirus.
Yeah, didn't they like pretty much guess coronavirus?
Oh yes.
I mean,
Was
we
it-
could allude into that for the next topic, sure,
Oh,
because
okay.
I did put a call out in J5 going, give me a topic, and Broche and Will both said like coronavirus. So
I mean, I've got a story for the coronavirus.
Mm.
So we've got in Tasmania, which is where I'm from. We've had our first,
Explains a lot. Anyway.
like our first case of shut up. Our first case of coronavirus. But the interesting thing happened. That person, basically, they were put into self-isolation. Immediately, like 2 days after, completely broke it and decided to go get some toilet paper from Woolies. I mean, he went to Woolies. I don't know if he got toilet paper, but he did go to the local Woolies, which is supposed to be in like the same town I'm at. So I'm a bit concerned. So
Love that
confirm
thing
that
Mac put
Cloaker
in.
has coronavirus.
Yeah, I love that thing that Mac put in
I'm
earlier
sorry, boys. I
today.
won't be here for long.
The people with flu are like, I feel shit, just want to stay in bed and do nothing. People with coronavirus are like, I feel shit, just want to go
Yeah.
on holiday, see the world, maybe go skiing in Austria, see the Eiffel Tower, maybe some whitewater rafting.
I can remember one of those, but it's like not like Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit, where it's like
I'm
I
going
can't
on an
remember the
adventure.
first one, but the second one, the second one's I'm going to an adventure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, what I don't get, like, yes, the government and certainly the media is fucking playing hard at it, that it is coming. Ultimately, it is coming. It is already here, but more so like at a pandemic level. We've only got, I think it's now raised up to 50 confirmed cases Australia-wide and 2 deaths. But those 2 deaths have both been an elderly, both patients have been elderly, one of which was like 95 years old and the other one's, I don't remember the other ages, but they're essentially older and their immune system has broken down significantly over time. You know, that's what happens when you get older, is your body degenerates. There's that. And most of the cases of the deaths that have happened, especially in China, have been either children or elderly people over the age of 60. That means you. Anyway, so, and that means just their immune system is a lot either not developed enough or degraded. So there has been a few cases, and quite significantly, a decent amount of cases of middle-aged and healthy people, yes. But for the most case, it has been older and or younger people that have been killed from the virus. So, you know, it's a bit of a to and fro thing. But one thing that annoys the fuck out of me is the way that people have been acting, especially over the past 48 hours.
Particularly the whole toilet paper
Yeah,
thing, because
The whole fucking toilet paper
yeah,
thing.
like why? Like I can understand like that, like you may think it may be the end of the world and you may want to stock up for the zombie apocalypse, but no, this is not going to be the zombie apocalypse. Jesus Christ!
I know in most zombie films or like post-apocalyptic films, toilet paper is like a golden thing, sure, but when you're stockpiling, why would you stock up on shit paper? Why wouldn't you stock up on non-perishables or at least extended life stuff or water?
I think the whole thing behind it is, don't quote me on this because I haven't got any adequate source to back it up, but most of our supply of toilet paper comes from China, and now that all sort of trade is seized with China, that's pretty much stopped our supply of toilet paper. So people are like, ah, shit, got to get as much toilet paper as we can get. So
I mean, I've recently like technically it's not a meme, but it's also a meme where a company literally just joked about how because they came from China that the cardboard has the coronavirus in it.
yeah,
Yeah, I
Yeah.
saw that.
Apply deep heat to your anus.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
and Wolfleg does raise a good point in chat here. He goes, yes, the death toll reflects those with comorbidities. I fucking English hard. That is a huge portion of the population that doesn't deserve to die, considering how easy it spreads, and that is a very big deal. Yes, obviously no person deserves to cark it. We just spent fucking 20 minutes talking about suicide awareness. So nobody deserves to die. Nobody deserves to go through that much pain and that much suffering at all, regardless of the age of the person. So there's that. I mean, and with it all as well, we have a habit of having this hysteria of when something big happens, people go fucking stupid. Remember when I used to live up in Harvey Bay? Every time would be cyclone season. No matter how many times it fucking happened in the past and would generally bypass us, people would go mental. People would fucking rummage through the shopping centres, clear the shelves, and go all that. Even if it was a tiny fucking little earthquake, they would still do the same thing. The only time, and Tate, you can probably back me up on this because you were there, is Bundaberg being fucking smashed by, especially the cyclone, 2012, 2013?
Well, there are two. There's 2011 and 2013.
Yeah.
And both were just as bad as each other.
Exactly. Harvey Bay, we were just cut off. We were fine. We had rain, yes, and a little bit of flooding, but we didn't get smashed as Bundy or Gympie or Townsville did. We were relatively safe. And everybody was going mental. I'm like, there's something called aircraft. They can bring more supplies in. Just fucking chill. So there's that. Apparently from Gaz and from Will, there was a toilet paper truck that burnt down.
Yes, they were all...
Yeah, that happened. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's ironic too, considering the whole toilet paper thing. So.
Demand a video be played.
Oh yeah, Thomas demands a video.
Oh yes, yes. I am playing
That's a
that,
lawful
Thomas.
order.
I'm definitely playing this video. This video is glorious. It just shits all mill. But I'll play it in a moment when we go into Cool Kids mode, which will be in about 3 minutes. But yeah, so it's definitely like interesting of how people go about it, and the good thing is, I don't know how well because I haven't actually looked into it, is before it does spread into a pandemic that our government says they're doing something. I don't know if they actually are, but they say that they are doing stuff where they're putting extra measures in place, travel bans, screenings, supplies, face masks and stuff, all that like to be readily available for when the pandemic does hit. Right? And that is actually really cool to see. They kind of learnt from the mistake of the bushfires and decided to go, fuck, let's actually do something. Because that's what we need, and not be X amount of time after the fact that it's happened when half the country's dead. You know what I mean by that? So.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
It's a lot of a change from what the government's done this time around for a national crisis or potential national crisis. Get ahead of it. So it's
Yeah, definitely.
One thing I think it should be mentioned about the whole coronavirus thing is because I'm currently doing a tourism course in TAFE. I'm pretty much knowing firsthand about like the effects of this stuff on the tourism industry. But I say the one good thing about the whole coronavirus thing, the only good thing is that it pretty much increases domestic tourism or like domestic sales, because people don't want to go over to other countries and risk the chance of getting the virus. So they just go to local areas and take a
Isn't
look at
China
the
our
wildlife
biggest
there, basically.
tourist country, or like
Asia.
have
That
the
is-
most tourists?
Asia is,
Actually, fun fact:
China?
you think it is, but it's not.
Really?
It's actually the second. The most is actually the United States.
There you go.
Oh yes, I can see that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
interesting. I mean,
I
you're
mean,
doing
it was-
the degree,
It
so
was
that's
only
good.
done. I mean, the US have only just taken over this year
Oh,
because
okay.
last year was China.
Okay, yep. But yeah, no, definitely, it's
Oh,
also kind of like what Wolfleck is also saying is the way that the media is spinning as well. So there's that. Anyway, so what we're going to be doing now is we're going to be switching it into Cool Kids mode. So while I get these videos up, please put in your the things that you want us to talk about in chat, or like topics you'd like us to discuss, or questions or concerns or anything like that. For the next about 15-20 minutes, we can answer all that sort of stuff as well. So chuck them in chat, boys. Talk amongst yourselves while I get these videos up. And oh god, Tree's actually put.
Yeah.
Did you record that, Tree? Fucking cunt. My conversation with a lady of the night that I know.
Hey, can I just mention something? I forgot to mention when I said this year, I meant 2019, September 2019 to be exact. So I'm not an idiot. I'm just getting it out there.
Right, yo. Alright, so while I get it up,
Cloaker.
what do you
How
want,
many
Dino?
towers?
What question do you want? Because I'm concerned now that you want a question. How much for a locket? You gotta come retrieve it yourself, Dino.
Wow. Okay.
Yep.
Alright.
He concerns me. Anyway, so while there's some more questions or more topics it could be about the topics that we've already discussed tonight. But what we'll do, we'll watch these 4 videos, we'll come back, and we'll go from there. Can I pick my dog up? Fuck no. He's like 60
What are you,
kilos and I
weak?
have a fucked back. Come here, Eddie. Come here. People want to say hi. Sit. Alright, doggo.
Oh, Tate.
Oop, that way. Say hi, Eddie. Oh, you camera shy? You camera shy? No? Okay. There we go. But fuck no, Angel, I am not picking my dog up. He's heavy. He's a big boy.
Next time I'm on the show and we actually got the actual I've got webcams. I can't believe I forgot what they're called. But next time we get the webcams out, I'm gonna bring in my German Shepherd, and then we're just gonna have a dog fest.
Let's do it. Anyway, alright, so I'm gonna switch over the stuff now. We're gonna play these 4 videos, and yeah, so we'll start off with Dino's one. Honestly, I think that's the best. Anyway, alright. And before I do that, fuck you, Wolfleck.
Yeah, Hilo coming in.
Yeah, right. That seems like a silly idea.
Jeez, how long ago was this?
You may want to turn on the sound.
I did turn on the sound.
Well,
No.
it's wait, is it?
No.
Oh wait,
Do you wanna
wait.
play it again?
Is it?
You had the stream muted, didn't you?
Oh yeah, right.
I had
That's
the
a good
Steam
point.
muted.
Yeah.
Fuck me dead. Do we want to watch it again, or what?
Let's go again.
Go again?
Yeah, Hilo coming in. Yeah, right. That seems like a silly idea.
Look at LT Thomas, that's how old it is.
Eyes on.
Fucking gets me every time. It's just Will's. Uh-oh. Yeah, that was from Mr. Good old Mr. Bin himself, the Bin the man. Alright, so with last operation about the 1-1 hotel airstrike that we called in on the villa, Brosh actually caught it on camera, which was fucking sick to see. So yeah, we'll play that now. I'll make sure the sound's good.
You good, bro?
I'm good, man.
Shit, yeah, man. I'm just fucking anxious to get this fucking shit going.
Light them up.
Do not
As
walk
soon-
behind us.
Alright, weapons up,
As
guys.
soon as
a lot
I
of
dump
ready.
this fucking
Truck
rocket,
coming.
I'm jumping down this rock, eh?
And 2 weapons up.
Getting with my
Nah, mate, you
people.
gotta chat it out. I'm at the tip. Here comes the Kaz run.
Copy.
Helicopter
Alright, get ready, guys. Once that rocket hits, if you're infantry
Here
and you
comes
don't
our
have shots,
here
we'll
we
start
go.
pushing up. Roche, you got free to clear. Once your back blast is good. And MMG.
Solid copy.
Go, go, go.
It's RPGs, bitches!
Roche on the BMP.
Solid copy, trying to hit it. I'm out of rounds. I need to go grab my assistant. Alright, be advised, I'm coming back down to you boys now.
Roger.
Crossing behind.
Very good, Birch.
I need a couple more rockets.
You can have mine anytime.
Acknowledge.
Love you, baby.
Moving on foot towards the front line.
Yeah, I'll be I'm behind you boys, approximately 100 meters. Just stopping nearby a rock because I got hit by a backblast because I'm an idiot. Bandaging, 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 bandaging.
Alright.
Be advised, I was unable.
We get a general gist of it, but yeah.
I mean, we're not the ones who are just waiting like for a complete silence for someone to say something.
Yeah, definitely. It was fucking sick. Before that happened, down in that villa, there was about a platoon's worth of infantry, 4 armored vehicles, I can't remember fucking what they're called, and like 1 BMP that were there as well with a whole bunch of infantry. So we nailed most of them in the first sort of instance before we even got down to the villa. Yeah, I was about to say if Rusty can. Huh? What'd you say, you cunt?
Nothing.
Fuck you. Anyway,
Spartan!
okay, Rusty's now
What is your
Thanks.
profession?
Anyway, yeah, so like on Rusty's perspective and even mine, I mean I wasn't streaming, but you could see like Bravo move up in the center and Charlie move up on the left, and then Alpha ended up, after they did their support by fire, they moved around as well, and it was actually really cool to see everybody start moving up. It was cool. I don't know if I want to play this this video.
Yeah, play it. Otherwise, we're all just gonna go watch it in other media.
Ah, fuck yeah. All right. Gaming memorabilia everywhere. You've got your computer set up. You've got this. You're fine. Alright? Like, don't say that you're not a gamer, because I know full well that you're fucking up.
Don't look kind of horsey.
Well, if you want it, let me know. If not, I'm gonna go back to playing.
Rufy,
Yes?
you gonna be getting in depth with horsing, or is that up to someone else this time around?
It's up to you guys, because I'm too far away to be a viable trading partner.
I don't know, we can set up nether hubs and everything else like we were planning on doing.
Okay, I've got a gift.
Me. In my house.
Alright.
So we're gonna have to go all sweaty.
Get it?
Gamer.
Get it? It's a diamond
A
hoe.
diamond hoe. I get it.
And you'll notice it's a little bit used as well.
Oh.
Okay, so you've got brownie points. That's a good one. I like it. Yeah, so context for that, I was on the phone to, again, I had a, oops. I was on the phone to a friend of mine who is a sex worker. And she was bitching complaining. Oh no, she got me confused with one of her clients that she regularly sees in her phone, because apparently we both have the same name. And so she called me instead of him, and started like acting as she would at work. And I'm like, I said her stage name. I said, you do know you're talking to me? She's like, oh fuck. Oh yeah. I mean, still applies to you, but I'm like, we just had like a half-hour conversation regarding her trying to con me into also booking her, but a whole bunch of other stuff as well. And then, because she is actually, you know, she's one of us and a nerd. You know, she actually has like a Zelda tattoo, and she's got a whole bunch of other stuff on her, including some Star Wars stuff, and her and I would, talk about Star Wars shit when her and I would work together at the club. So yeah, and yes, that's friend.
When you were a sex worker.
Shut up, you.
I mean, I think you might need
Shut up.
you might need to give me some information now.
Well, no, fuck yeah. I'm not doing it on stream because fucking Twitch TOS, boys. Twitch TOS, MicroS. But anyway, no. She's a lady of the night.
No.
Anyway, that's all you need to know. But yeah, anyway, so apparently we're watching an A10 strike on a busload of civs. Cool.
Yeah, I remember seeing this.
Yeah.
There's no need to.
If they run
Especially if they're all
towards me,
getting
I
off.
will.
Don't raise your weapons, just let that bus come forward.
Okay.
Make
Look
sure
at
you
the
stop it
title.
if it tries to come through.
A10 coming in south, everyone take cover!
Oh, here it comes.
Bravo,
Maybe
sound
it-
off.
Crosley.
Can't get in from the roof. Frost is AFK in the doorway.
We got 3 civilians down through that AT.
User left your channel.
I'm back up.
And look at that, war crimes.
Yeah, sort of
Yep.
watching that thinking, what the fuck is Zeus doing?
What?
Pretty much, yeah. It's interesting because what's hopefully going to come out in the next week or so, if Mr. Gaz actually gets it done, is a really cool thing that he's working on, and he's actually got a few other people amongst the unit to help out with this, and I'm actually really keen for it to come to fruition and actually come and see. So it's going to be fucking sweet when he gets it done.
Let me guess,
Gaz, get it done.
Is it top 5 war crimes of the week? TFAC edition?
No, that's George's job. That's George's job. But no, it's gonna be fucking sick once he does finish it. I wanted him to have it done today, but he didn't. Anyway. So is there any topics that the chat would like us to go through, or you guys would like us to chat?
Any random videos that are not related to TFAC?
Well, fuck me, I got. Englishman sent me Pipsqueaker's death. Keegan sent me an image of his puppy. And Wolflex sent me
Glad you said puppy.
a blooper reel from back in the day of AusCorp. What do we want to see, boys? Do we want to see all the above, or what? I am not sure if I should trust fucking trees links.
Wait, let me verify it for you.
I'm not sure if I should even trust you. Hang on, I'll mute it and watch it.
Nah, it's
Oh.
legit.
Legit.
Yeah, I know what it is.
Alright, so what do we
It's
want to watch, boys?
I kind of like the sound of the blooper reel, to be honest.
Blooper reel? You want to do the blooper reel? Alright.
Yeah.
Gives Mr. Rabbit some exposure. It's a 3-minute video, so if people get sick of it, fucking just let me know. Alright, game main. Somebody want to ping
it's gonna
Rabbit
be
to
worse
tell him that
because
we're
it's also
watching?
gonna be like another 3 minutes of just us, of them waiting for us to speak.
How about we all start it together and watch it separate from the
Alright.
stream?
Alright.
Yeah.
Send
I
us
mean,
the where is this link to it?
Where's the link?
Hang on. I'll put it in TeamSpeak.
Wait. We'll do it the old 3, 2, 1 start.
Alright. On my mark.
Oh, class.
Yeah.
Alright, let me know when we've all got it opened.
Ready.
Yep.
Yeah, ready.
Alright, 3, 2, 1, go. This video is fucking entitled
This is
Speds.
before my time.
It's spoke effects.
Yeah, he was.
Oh, this was back when I was private.
I don't think I was even born yet.
Private Thomas.
Thomas, yeah.
I thought that as well.
Don't talk to me like that. I don't like it. I don't like it.
I wonder what prices
Hey,
I can
Stiggy, did
win.
you take your dimension pills today?
No.
Station.
Yes.
Whatever you
Jesus.
probably.
What's with the white fucking
I like
We're on a winter map.
uniforms?
Radio.
Not even sand, it's just fucking white.
Because we're on a winter map.
Yeah, right.
You gotta remember to hold my belt while I shoot, alright? So you gotta be really up close next to me.
Now he just wants your attention.
I am back. What have I missed?
Rabbit, are you cheating on me again?
No.
I'm giving Spartan the hand job later.
Oh boy.
Hey, let me come back there.
The AusCorp gay love tryst starts up again.
Oh no.
Alright, starting with 1-1 Alpha, moving out of here, moving towards the east on the beach, sorry, the west, there will be dinghies.
Dinghies.
Rabbit, get off.
Why does Thomas look so confused?
Shall we?
Dino's always confused.
Step off.
He secretly has no idea what's going on.
Oh, good stuff.
Who the hell is saluting?
Fuck me.
I think it was Murphy. Because I think this is also the same one where Murphy crashed K10.
Game.
Ben Murphy has no idea either.
Stiggs must have gotten the boat.
Oh yeah.
Juice, can we sit out this mission then?
Just have to take the helicopter in. Yeah, can we just sit here? That's the wrong button.
Fight this bench.
You want me to?
Whoa!
They know.
What?
Ow! Ow!
Oh wow.
The mortars came late.
Radio will hold him and increase one.
OG Hotel.
Up off, Murphy!
Oh my god! We gotta go!
Nice on, man.
Well, that was funny.
Very nice.
Indeed. Oh fuck me. More messages. Okay, Dino, I get you want me to play that fucking video. Send it to me 4 fucking times. Jesus Christ Almighty.
We could literally go through
Yeah.
Bryn's fucking YouTube and play every video there. And
I
it'd be a
don't
good
think
night.
we even need to play. I think we can just play it straight off and just have it on repeat. Memes.
Ah, that fucking scream. Ouch.
I got your way.
Hold every memory as you go, and every road you take will always
I think I can see where this is going by the name of the title.
It looks like it's gonna be
the song.
It's been a long
Yeah.
I mean, I can't even hear the song.
without you, my friend, and I'll tell you all about it when
Oh, there we go,
I see
yeah.
you again.
I remember this when
Come a
I kind of
long
damaged
way
to thing in the
from
last
where we
lift.
began. Oh, I'll tell you all about it.
So this is partly this is my fault for doing this.
Okay.
Ah, nice. Pigeon and trees Tate. No wonder it's unlisted.
So this is like my fault. So
do we want to watch another perspective of the airstrike, or?
Yeah. This time, yeah. Let's get together, I guess. Just
Go
send the
together
link, I
again?
guess.
All right.
Yeah, let's do it.
There we go. Ooh, fuck me.
Good. Yeah, that's true, Thomas. It does.
Yeah.
Fuck up. Why? Because I have what? Well, this right here. Does that annoy you, Dino? 130 notifications. Yeah. Does that give it, or 31 here, or 140 here, or 115 there? You know. He's gonna kill me. Fucking in before. Get the motive.
Jesus,
Also,
Discord
Keegan's fucking.
This is why
puppy.
Spartan never replies to any of our.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
Anyway.
adorable.
Yep. Alright. So we've all got the video up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hang on.
Again
I accidentally played. Yeah, ready.
on go. So, are we all ready?
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah. Alright, so 3, 2, 1, go.
Bravo, acknowledged, over.
Inside the walled compound.
Sunrise is Charlie, acknowledged, over.
Oh, this is gonna be fucking
User
awesome.
joined your channel.
Here we go.
Roger. Hotel
Come
1,
on,
2, you're
Juicy.
clear hot.
One shot at this juice. Don't mess it up. Close. I believe.
All call signs, engage.
Wrong target, but whatever.
It'll do. It's gonna have to do, unfortunately.
All call signs, this is Sunray, retrain
User
your
left
Mac gunners
your
to the
channel.
BMP. Effort.
Damn, they
Bravo,
get
acknowledged.
messed up.
Yeah, they do. Holy Jesus.
Big motherfucking Jesus.
1, 2, this is 1, 1. Effect, good effect on target, although is not even a target, but still good effect.
Actually, this kind of reminds me of a good point.
BMP still up in operation.
Like you always saw, you
Center of
see
the
these
building.
like
Hotel 1, 2, this is
in TFAC, you always see like these clips of from like one plat, like a lot of one plat people doing streaming, but there's really not anyone at all streaming for two plats.
Same.
I mean, if somebody in 2-plat wanted to
Can I
put
get
their
a-
hand up, I would be more than happy to.
Set that up.
It's just because more people in 1st-plat put their hand up for streaming if
Yeah, I
someone in
mean,
2-plat wants to.
I want to, but I can't because my PC is a piece of
User in your
shit.
channel
But
timed out.
I mean, once I do, I'll probably do it.
Yeah,
I
I mean,
could do streaming myself,
User entered your channel.
but that's really that and how.
Good fucking hits.
Hotel 1, 2, this is 1, 1.
And no one wants to
Hotel,
watch a
this is
stream of
Bravo.
PHQ most of the time.
Appears to be good effect on target.
We literally just sit
All
back,
call
look at the
signs,
map.
this is Sunray,
Well,
begin
for myself
assault
anyway.
phase. So
Yeah,
again,
BMP
begin
Literally just sit back, look at the map, and plan what we're gonna do next.
Literally just map simulator.
User left your channel.
Sunrise
User
is
joined
Bravo.
your channel. User
Confirm.
left
Could be
your
boring
channel.
as
Hotel, confirm, good effect on
Comedy
User
target.
joined your
stream.
channel.
That's why it'd be even boring.
nah, if you want
User
boring
joined your
or like
channel.
non-contextual, then just fucking have Muzz stream. Just get him to play music
User
though.
joined your channel.
Just watch him Zeus and completely fuck us up.
That
Rip.
would be so
But imagine
interesting.
if Muzz did a stream where he actually talked, how big would that be?
Oh, that would be insane.
Yeah.
I mean, remember last year, for the not for the podcast, for the awards night, we tried to get Muzz to do a voice reveal, and if he
Yeah.
wasn't going to do a voice reveal, we wanted him to like put something in like a voice modulator and to play that, but he wouldn't. It was so sad.
Wait, hang on, can I just confirm? Is Muzz Infernus?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, I was just a bit confused because, you know...
Yeah, sorry.
I've only been
Most of
here
us
for, like,
refer
a
to him.
few months.
Oh, I'm so lucky. I changed the screen over from fucking what Dino just sent me. That will get me banned, you cunt.
I'm curious now. I
No,
want to see.
I'm not putting it on the stream. I will get banned.
Damn it.
Just DM me it.
Fuck
Yeah,
no.
let's see it. Print screen and put it on.
I'll put it in fucking. I don't know. Can I put it in other
Do it.
media, or should I put it in general?
You should probably not put it anywhere. It sounds
yeah.
pretty bad.
I mean, it's Dino, so technically it's his fault. Anyway,
Yeah.
All right. So with that being said, boys, is from you guys, is there anything else that you would like to chat about or go over or anything like that?
It's been fun.
Been fun.
Yep. Is there anything
I think
from
we
the
pretty much
chat that
covered
you
it.
would like to go over?
Nah.
Want
True,
to see
we'll
what
have a link.
what that thing is
What thing?
that Dino put in?
Oh
Said,
fuck no! I'm not putting that on stream.
explain it.
It could be easily mistaken for. Fuck! I gotta choose my words here. Easily mistaken for something sexual.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh,
It's not,
okay. That's
but you can easily mistake it.
Send it. Forward it to me.
Fuck no. Anyway, is there anything else that we would like to go over? Unfortunately, Tree, we won't be able to play that video because we are running out of time. Sorry. So yeah, is there anything anyone would like to go over?
Congratulations to those members the other day that got their 1 year service citation, and to Mac Attack for his instructor award.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and to all those that future coming with any and all citations, it's good to see that. What is it? Either us or somebody on behalf of us that needs to submit it for the accommodation, or does CHQ track it?
Nominations are in the document, so you can submit it. Anyone can submit a nomination. So yeah, if you feel someone's done a really good job, nominate them for a nomination. And by the way, it's LTTATE when you're putting in the nominee.
You can't. I was about to say the exact same thing.
Joking.
I was about to say, if anybody wants to, nominate me, that'd be cool. It's LT Spartan, it'd be cool. That would be pretty cool as well.
Yeah,
all right.
so public folder.
Yeah. Alright, cool. I'll have a gander at that. So, self-nominations count for 2. Interesting. Anyway, that's for another time. In before this week coming, Dino has to give out fucking 80 awards, but who cares?
Yeah.
Alrighty. So with that being said, guys, unfortunately that is all the time we have for this month. I want to thank everybody for being here, from you 3 guests to everybody in the chat. It's been actually quite a fun one. I'm actually really enjoying these podcasts. This will hopefully, since we're using copyright-free music now, I am able to rip it and put it up on YouTube. So hopefully it will be on the unit's YouTube channel by the end of the week. Hopefully, fingers crossed, if all goes well. So yeah, so guys, if you wanna, we'll go again down the list, just say who you are and that sort of stuff, and we'll wrap it up. All right, so Tate, take us out.
Yeah, LT Tate, and thanks Spartan. It's been fucking good. Hopefully next time we might be able to set up at yours and have a few beers and put the stream on. I reckon that'll be good. But yeah. Awesome interacting with you guys tonight, so cheers.
That would be fucking sweet. Get you and Evans and Murphy over, and we'll just do a fucking TFAC After Dark at home. Be cool. Yeah, definitely.
That'll be interesting.
Yeah, it would be fucking interesting if we get grog into us. Because apparently Tate's missus doesn't trust me around alcohol.
Just wait until you see what's in that bottom drawer in Barton's room.
Shush. That is my stash.
You still got it all? Show the stream.
No, because that's got certain things in that drawer that my partner and I use. Can't show that. It's literally got a bondage kit in that. It's literally got a bondage stuff in there. Anyway.
That's a different version of After Dark.
That is a different version of After Dark. That will be on fucking what porn site that's a stream. Anyway, beside the point.
That's when Spartan forgets to turn the webcam off.
Yes, good. Thank you for
That
reminding me.
is what happens when they forgot to turn off the webcam.
Yeah. Anyway, alright, Cloaker, take us out.
Alright, so I am Cloaker from 123 Charlie, and you've been watching Jackass. No. Pogger's in the chat. But, yeah, good stream, boys. Nice to actually finally get into one of these streams and, like, well, first of all, face reveal, my mad beard. But, yeah, it's just really nice to be able to interact with you guys, and be able to, speak what I want to say and all that. But otherwise, yeah, nice.
Cool.
Pogger's in the chat.
Yep. Matt?
PTEP MatLord, getting this phone for having me on. Hopefully we can do more of this stuff.
Yeah, definitely. It's been good fun. As I said, I'm really enjoying these podcasts. But yeah, so again, unfortunately, that's all we have time for. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. We had a good reception tonight with people watching and engaging with the chat, which is really good to see as well. All the support is greatly appreciated. So with that being said, please join us for next month's TFAC After Dark. If you have questions that you'd like us to, or topics that you'd like us to go over, DM them straight to me, and I'll chuck them on the list. If you want to be a part of the show, again, I'll wait for the same message that I sent out earlier on this week for you to react to and to get you onto the show. Again, hopefully we will have the cameras working and you can actually do that. I mean, if not, we can just do the images that we did. And okay, so for context, the Spartan equals pimp video, that was my sex worker friend Trixie. She's a friend. Yes, I've slept with her, but she is a friend. And with the stuff that's in my drawer, that's from my actual partner. Anyway, that's beside the point. Anyway,
I reckon we need a whole segment about your sex life.
Oh, shut up. No, that cannot be on Twitch. If we do that, that will not be on Twitch. Anyway, that's beside the point. Again, if you want to join us for next month's podcast, do let me know. It's always fun to do this. And stay tuned for this space and multiple other people's space, i.e. media, for more TFAC goodness and all that sort of fun stuff as well. And with that being said, you glorious motherfuckers, I bid you a good day, good evening, and good night for wherever you are in the world. And we'll see you next time for another episode of TFAC After Dark. Alright, cheers boys.
Woo.